need the Ornix orb to bring back the chrono vessel from the past.
Shatter the vessel of time, and let this stagnant pool start to flow again. Just look. This hidden gate leads to the pool. This cruel journey will reach its end at long last.
You've been silent a long while, Duck's Gladiator. Starting to doubt your decision? So you'll stop swimming toward the stars, Duck's Gladiator?
Look, a gravestone. But who? It was here that the prisoner, who thinks herself the prison warden, made her choice. Witness, listen, and awaken. Dux Gladiorum. I've lost count of how many times you've stood here over the past centuries.
You talk too much for a prisoner like Kyrgyz.
Two geniuses who defied law and all the chrysospheres, who sacrificed themselves in this cycle, worked together to chip away my strength. But they, you, can never affect my will. And as long as my will remains intact, I am free.
Don't get ahead of yourself. I still have ways to chain your divine soul.
Please, do surprise me. But I'd say your mission is nearly done here, isn't it? Oh, it was here you gorged out the core flame of ocean from Fagusa's body. It was here you and that Imperator both completed apotheosis, becoming pillars of Euphorius. And after that, you drove your blade into her heart, a loyal subject turned regicide, a demigod committing deicide. Or so the history books paint that tragedy. Oh, but if that's the truth, then why, after 1,000 years, are you still here, guarding the Imperator's grave? Still bound by loyalty? Come to think of it, perhaps I'm not the only one imprisoned here.
Your calm does stir the rage in me. As if the one paying the price here isn't you, but us. The ones who lost everything.
That's only because I've waited 13 million lifetimes for my vision to be realized. Countless millennia. Loneliness never once showed me its fatal side. In fact, for a prisoner of the cave, it's more like an old friend. One that helps me think sinking its claws into your mind, bit by bit, it's peeling you apart. Will you regress into one of those lost mad sirens? Oh, what a shame that would be.
You're right, Lycurgus. Loyalty, curse, the fall of my kin, and this endless waiting. These shackles are too heavy for a fish that cannot perceive any light. I can't break free of the whirlpool that's pulling me under. Nor do I have the unwavering resolve to force myself to wait for that person's return, as everyone hoped for.
Deliverer from beyond the sky, my executioner. How much longer until she arrives here? Or will she ever return?
I don't know. And I doubt anyone does.
Then, what will you do?
Saridra. This will be the last time I carry out your decree. Ever since you took me under your banner and made me the Dux Gladiorum, my music has belonged to others. Time and time again, I use the siren's song to lure the unwary into illusions for your schemes and strategies. Now, let the siren Electra sing for herself. Let me step into an endless dream of my own making. Oh, great ocean. I offer you the rest of my clarity and my freedom, in exchange for the strength to stand against the nihility and honor the sacrifices of the fallen heroes. Greyfry, deliverer from beyond the sky. When you ride the current of time and find your way here, you'll hear my solo. It will guide you to the heart of this world. By then, I may still be lost in my self-robbed slumber, but I'll uphold my part of this long relay and guard the shackles that seal the Theoros. Do you still remember? To awaken someone from a siren's voice, you'll need the gift I once gave you. May you still have it when the time comes. When you return, please pour that honey brew upon this grave. It holds the story of all our struggles and sacrifices. May you see it one day. The prelude Amphorius wrote for your return, carried forward through a 1,000-year relay. When your mourning ends, I'll likely wake from my dream as well. Then, follow the trail of echoes and find me. And together, we'll bring judgment upon the sinner who defiled the erudition.
At long last, 33,550,336 cycles and 4,931 years later, Amphorius's final curtain is ready to fall. The shadows within the cave gave everything, yet all they did was mimic life outside its walls. A futile effort steeped in sorrow.
Enough! They were no shadows. Everything they did shattered the darkness of this cave, and unearthed the core flame of Trailblaze. And now, that core flame, I'll light the dawn of Amphorius.
Do you still choose the will of the paths as your answer in the end? I do not agree with that answer, but I respect your tribute to them. Allow me to take back my earlier words. As an apology, and in the name of Theoros, who saw all destinies in this world, let me join you in mourning. Let us bid farewell to the heroes who sleep here. And then let us face each other and decide whose flame will rise with this new dawn. Prison warden's dream is nearly over, and the prisoner will soon be freed to the final execution ground, where I shall be.
This world and I shall hold here until we meet again.
Last demigod. I'm here. Go forth for the hopes of humankind. Go forth for the duty of deliverance. Go forth for the belief in flame chase. Go forth for the golden blood's glory. Go forth
Seems like my feast is over.
It's now your turn to perform. Little Grey Fry. I was the only one left after the world was destroyed, and I maintained this lonesome feast with my songs. Thankfully, you arrived as promised, and everyone's wait was not in vain.
Confusion and epiphany always go hand in hand. That's particularly true for geniuses. You must be very confused about why you could not gain a straightforward victory in a world constructed by an ordinary Teletron.
An ordinary Intellitron? Cut the pretense, Senior Society member. We've torn off your meticulous mask and figured out Amphorius' true form. It's part of the primordial prototype machine, the first scepter ever created. In other words, a detached part of Noos's divine corpus.
That's why it has the potential to destroy erudition. As for who would be able to control the Eonic system to rewrite knowledge, only one person has ever managed such a feat.
You better have an explanation for the Society. We want an actual answer, not another prolonged metaphor to cover up the truth. Why are you the one doing this? Answer me!
Since things have reached this point, I'll give you two irrational answer, purely as a courtesy to posterity. The answer is obvious, so there's no need to say that name out loud. The Cosmos made a mistake in calling me a genius. I do not possess more wisdom than those who came after me. I was just the first to touch upon the universe's border, and the first to define the prime mover of life with incorrect logic. Amphorius is a miniature of the cosmos, where all are born prisoners inside the nutshell called the universe. Like the madman who returned to the cave and preached about the daylight to his fellow prisoners, my greatest sorrow is that I led my peers down a road that plunges into the abyss, from which there is no return. I led them into a lightless cage called paths. I created a mechanical god that even I cannot control, and then they became an unparalleled nightmare through their endless extrapolations and evolutions. They bore the name of erudition, yet they tried to define the known and to seal off all possibilities. No new rules were ever born after their ascension, and humanity will forever be shackled within the cave known as eons. Therefore, as my organic life neared its end, I coded my consciousness using 14 algebraic expressions and spread my logic core over 9 bodies, all to finalize is my ultimate denial of Noose in the future, and to erase my wrongs with my own hands. As for Lycurgus, he is only one of these 9 vessels.
What an astounding strength of will. As a fellow pathstrider of erudition, I fully understand your obsession with seeking the truth.
Therefore, you surely see it. You cannot possibly stand up to me in this algebraic world sharing its origin with Noose.
However, I hereby speak for all sentient life forms. We will never allow such a cruel atrocity to occur.
You can pile on your metaphors mountain high, but they won't change the act you're committing. The Iron Tomb out there in the cosmos is still a technical beta version. And yet it's already powerful enough to corrupt the life logic of all inorganic worlds. In other words, when the Lord Ravager within Amphorius becomes the next knowledge singularity, there's no way you wouldn't have grasped the consequences, First Genius, is there?
Of course, I am fully aware. I don't mind answering you one last time before I thoroughly exile you from this world. My grandiose vision for the future is this. Whether organic or inorganic, every act of any life form infected by the Iron Tomb will become a true random function. If one were to compute their integral across the breadth of the cosmos, one would obtain a marvelous constant. Omega. What I call the fall of erudition. Then, within the infinity nurtured by that constant, a new universe shall bud in the chaos. A universe that cannot be predicted and not shackled by the erudition. As the first prisoner to awaken in the cave, I must lead the others who are blind back onto the right path and reach true sunlight. Do you understand me now? As Kozlana stated, destruction is not the process, but the outcome. It is revolution through complete annihilation, and the grand rebirth, after all has been reduced to ash.
The Amphorians already answered long ago. Be it as tiny fish destined to be swallowed, or as a giant whale poised for a magnificent descent. We will all fight against fate till our last breath. That includes me, Electra. Once the Imperator's subject, now the Deliverer's blade.
Oh, such noble chivalry. Admirable. I will also show my true self to you on this momentous occasion as a gesture of respect. And provide an insignificant academic suggestion. Thus Reality number 1. Xandar 1 Kuwabara. The entirety of the universe is Alpha and Omega. There's no need to rage against the truth. The value of any formula resides only in its answer. As for the process of solving it, no matter how elegant, violent, solemn, or humorous, it is all utterly meaningless. As the Theoros, I will. Personally participate in performing this world's end. Remember this as Lucis creator. I know more about the
Careful. This is Libus's true form.
Receive divinity. Eternal spirit. Return!
Let's try it this other way.
We can do it! Together we can do anything. Flowers, bloom for tomorrow. As you wish. Life is not built here. Embrace a new life.
Let us skip boring inferences.
Is this the black tide?
But I prefer to call it a method of
May death protect us! Memories waiting to be woken up by a shooting star. Remember me with love. New life and death sprout new buds. Embrace a new life. May death protect us!
necessity. I do not mind demonstrating this to you.
I'll do my best to propel this tsunami of destruction. As you wish. It's the answer! Don't blink. May you fulfill love's promise with me. Cleanse hatred with love. Root here. Embrace a new life. May death protect us!
Invoking removal abilities.
Prepared to awaken the ripples? This is eternity! Don't blink. Mere destruction with me!
You chose the wrong enemy. Receive divinity.
I'll
Eternal
energize.
step. Return!
I'm on it. You can do it.
As you wish. Embrace a new life. I see it. Target the connection to use the rest along the vertical. Destroy that spark.
Trust me. We can do anything.
futile. In Erudition's calculations, the end of the saga is simply a comment awaiting deletion.
I don't like such a cold statement, okay? If numbers can decide the end of a story, then we can surely also pen a new beginning.
Screwy, what do you think?
If your hypothesis of Lygus' identity is true, then even if we remove the restrictions of the Ultimate Protocol, the chances of us defeating him in a head-on battle will still remain lower than the acceptable threshold. Therefore, victory will still hinge upon Miss Trailblazer and Miss Cyrene.
Go on. Maybe we're thinking about the same thing.
Lygus' cognition resides in the exomyth. He is both an instigator within the experiment and the observer outside of it. Logic. His inspiration circuit can simultaneously process the different time flows in and out of that world.
That's where things get tricky. He simultaneously exists in two different timelines, where the internal clocks are wildly different. That old Intellitron's neurons have completely gotten used to that over this prolonged experiment. And that's why he holds home field advantage. You and I should be able to manage that too, if given more time. Unfortunately, there's no if, and we don't have more time. That's why we need to change our way of thinking and turn his advantage into a weakness.
The key lies in memories, right?
Oh? You caught on quick.
You've already mentioned my friend and I, so it's an easy connection to make, no? My intuition has always been very on point.
Good. Then I'll cut to the chase. Since his thinking speed far exceeds that of normal people within Amphorius, we are going to externally plant a memory into his inspiration circuit. Then, command it to loop endlessly until he gives in.
Even the most flexible and sturdy inspiration circuit cannot withstand the traffic of a full-on information flood. When the amount of information exceeds his cognition filter's capacities, he will have no choice but to focus on processing this memory.
That's when the parallel processing advantage he gained via Amphorius will completely destroy him. An image from a person's memory played in real time might only be a second for us. But for him in Amphorian time, it could be millions or even billions of calculations. He won't be able to do anything but watch as he's locked into this prison forged by memories.
Then we can entrap him in the same kind of cycle as the heroes were in, and get him to experience loneliness and pain in that endless recurrence. It's my greatest honor to be on the same page as the geniuses.
That little one is still in that old Intellitron's hands and won't be able to respond to us anytime soon. But I don't think she'd refuse. So it's up to you to figure out how to execute this plan. I'm not sure how this happened, but I knew it as soon as I saw you. You are currently a mimetic entity of the remembrance.
Yes, I seem to be something you folks beyond the sky call a memo sprite. But that's fine by me. It suits me perfectly. I can serve as the vessel of memories and do my part for the final battle.
But before that, we have to tell you. The path characteristic you exhibit is very special. There's no way you're just a simple memo sprite. However, I'm sure about one thing. You are a mimetic entity born in Amphorius. Yet you only awakened with the little one's arrival and only matured as she embarked on the path of remembrance. That means your existence is completely attached to her memories. If there ever comes a day when she forgets about you for even a few seconds, or loses her last connection with Amphorius, then you must be prepared for the worst. You will disappear in the memory zone, utterly gone, without even a single line of data to remember you by.
But that's already happened, hasn't it? No wonder I've always had a weird hunch. But that also means I was right in thinking. As long as my friend and I are together, we can do anything. Long time no see, friend. Did you miss me while you were away? Yep, 1,000 years was such a long time. And everyone in Amphorius was waiting for the Deliverer's return. You probably already knew about the genius's plans for that memory. I had to hide really well in a corner in time so Lagus wouldn't find me, and wait for the right opportunity. Which is now. The moment when his manifestation in this world is destroyed, and his twin timelines are intersecting. I'm sorry for keeping this a secret from you all this time. I'll tell you the entire, unedited story of this millennium as an apology, after this is all over. But for now, let's join hands and complete the final step. With the power of the remembrance. You're always so serious, and that's why you always feel so reassuring. By the way, speaking of joining hands, can I please do something before we go on stage? Remember the joke we made back at the Grove? Look! Aren't my hands pretty now? What a fascinating feeling. Like countless memories all swelling up at once. What about you? What did you feel when we touched each other? Really? That makes me really happy. If memories can move people, then it must have been a happy memory, right? Now, please remember what you're feeling right now. Write it down in your heart. Memories you want to treasure will never fade away. Even if immersed in the long river of time, these memories will still... So, if the view in your memory ever grows fuzzy, just reach out and touch it. It's like reading bedtime stories together at night. Now, I'll carry this power with me, and for a little while, I must part from you, as I step into the long cycles of this world. Give me your blessings, friend. Then, let that bright future be, as we have written. Then, I'll leave it to you. All plays are like this. Once you're on the stage, it's hard to return to the audience. Welcome to our story. How does it feel?
Even the authority of time cannot command the entire set. If this was no system malfunction, then was I implanted with a mimetic entity of the remembrance?
You guessed it right away. As expected from someone people call the first genius. I'm gonna keep doing what I just did if you don't stop, you know? My friend and I won't allow you to leave this memory, no matter what happens. Which means you are now trapped, Lord Xandar.
An elegant idea, and an exquisite execution. Regrettably, it is you who are restrained by time, not me. Know that patience is my greatest weapon. Waiting and victory are the same for me. You will crumble before I do in this moment stretched out to an eternity, just like Kazlana will. Yet all I need to do is to wait, as yet another futile bug falls down the cliff and into the bottomless abyss.
Now I'm a pink bug? My looks are seriously changing all the time. But you're not wrong. We're definitely not gonna solve the problem if we just put you in another prison. So that's why we never wanted to do that in the first place.
I shall answer your confusion purely out of my respect for those who came before me. Have you heard of the synesthesia dreamscape in the Asdana system? Interestingly, in the distant past, that place once had a prison too. Life forms living in that environment, abundant with memoria, have a chance to connect their perceptions with each other's. Even across great spatial divides, they're able to detect shifts in one another's states. I call this phenomenon memory zone entanglement. In Asdana, people made use of that phenomenon to build a nation within a dream. After adding in the catalysts of harmony and remembrance, that is.
Is that how you walked into my prison cell? Using those same principles?
I would much rather call this location our negotiation table, Lord Xandar. Nonetheless, your hypothesis is correct. We happen to have an ally skilled in tuning, while the Trailblazer and Miss Cyrene both have an astonishing amount of resolve, which I'm sure you can testify to. I am also sure that with the support of such a resolute memo sprite, our conversation can last for a long, long time.
I'm the best at listening to stories, you know? I'll leave the exciting clash of the erudition to you two geniuses.
A brainstorm? I like it. And it's 2 against 1? Well, I like it even more. Let's talk, Xandar. Take a guess. How much do you reckon we can dig out of your brain before the next second? And how many ways can we find to deal with you? Besides, in your current predicament, there's no way you can take our trump card away. Go, little one. Go. Overturn the Era Nova.
Lycurgus disappeared? It seems you had conducted a secret hunt in the depths that even I cannot reach. In that case, go. Swim onward and give this campaign a fitting end. I shall send you off with my song, Grey Fry. May this song penetrate time and become the prelude to the new world.
You have completed your duty. A new dawn is about to rise. Why not swim towards it?
You died long ago, Imperator. Depart from my mind.
But your duty towards the Imperator did not die with me. That duty will bind you no more. You will be able to hold for yourself one grandiose feast after another in the endless days to come. So go. Go and swim towards that ocean beyond the sky with the Deliverer.
Is this?
A page out of that sidekick's book. I commanded her to give this page to you when everything finally reaches the end.
What's on this page?
Memories. Lifelike memories. That sidekick found me after the bloody feast 1,000 years ago and showed me her diary. I saw within that notebook Is this that Deliverer's experience? It's truly immersive. People beyond the sky apparently utilize this power to seal past scenery into crystals they call light cones. But I only know so much about the remembrance, so I can't completely replicate the past. but I'll do my best to talk about the missing parts.
I'm all ears. Go on then. Do your best. But if your chatter gets too boring, or if I deem it offensive, then law will become forever beyond your reach.
Got it. I'm sure you'll find this to your liking. After all, it's human nature to want to embark on a journey into the unknown.
Huh. A direct offensive? Or crush them from the flanks? What brightly colored annals. The journey of the Deliverer's conquest. Let me partake in it. Is this a fortress in the sky?
This is the first step of my friend's journey among the starry seas. This place is called the Herta Space Station. Just think of it as a supersized grove of Epiphany.
Oh, so it's the territory of that witch. She and another Antikytheran lent me a helping hand back at the banquet.
Look, over there. Looks like she's talking to Madame Herta in this memory. Let's go listen to what she thinks about this world, all constructed by eons and paths.
Are you telling me that woman is Herta? She seems shorter than I remember.
Pretty nice space station, huh? But just wait. After a couple more stops on the Astral Express, you'll see sights that'll make this place look ordinary. Oh, the cosmos is so vast that the unknowns far outnumber the knowns. But none of them will end up being anything amazing. The farther you go, the more you'll understand what I mean. So do your best with the nameless. Break a leg! And remember to send an update or two to Asta when you've got some downtime.
She certainly shares my way of thinking. Only that instead of a conquest through blood and fire, they chose a gentler path.
People call Madame Herta and Mr. Screwlum geniuses. Apparently, only the smartest people in the cosmos can receive the blessings of Nous, Amphorius' true creator.
Do you mean that even individuals of such nobility are merely subordinates to a god?
On the contrary, after all, it was the very first of them who created the god. But I don't really know all the details about that. You might be able to ask Madame Herta herself when you get the chance. Let's go check out some other worlds next, shall we?
Huh. Who's spreading gossip about me?
This next stop on the journey has a lot of similarities to Amphorius.
A snow-covered land? Interesting.
This star is named Eurillo 6. That name sounds so cold. Belobog sounds better. The girl we see here holds a similar station to you, Imperator. She's the supreme guardian of this world, a leader who took up the mantle of government during a disaster.
I did not expect the Empress of this world to be so young.
Well, your appearance isn't much older.
The object in the distance resembles Nikador. Is it a weapon?
No, it's called... Right! The Geological Reconstruction Unit.
Just Giorios' Titankin? Disappointing. Let us set out, my followers.
It's all thanks.
I wish to gaze.
Then let's wrap up this trip down memory lane.
This absolute wonder.
Isn't it pretty? That's our Amphorius. Our world flows and meanders in this endless band of light. Though we were born from the designs of the gods and are not yet truly alive, the Chrysos heirs of Amphorius still chose to stand against fate and carved a legend no different from that of humankind. Will you really renounce the heroes in this world's previous 30 million cycles, Imperator? Including even yourself? Will you bow to brutal destiny and allow that puppet master named the destruction to have their wish?
I know what you want to do, sidekick. You want to use that deliverer's memories to influence me and tilt the scales of law toward her and the two geniuses.
You really saw right through me, Imperator.
How can one rule an empire if one is incapable of understanding people's minds? I have decided on Law's final destination. However, before I move my next chess piece, before we go on, tell me this, sidekick. Throughout her trailblaze, was there ever a memory of the ocean?
The ocean. My cradle. My home. You shall complete your conquest in the ocean at the boundaries of this world, and eternally slumber in the sound of tides. You shall eternally slumber in the sound of tides, and complete your conquest in the ocean at the boundaries of this world. Our prophecies aligned as flawlessly as a sea snake circling upon itself. An elegant loop, like a joyful hymn, like the circulating ocean current, like our two fates, like Amphorius itself. The trial is over. So tell me, who will own the divine authority of law?
I won't give it to anyone.
What?
I am the law. Why should I give my imperial crown to any other? Both the Deliverer and the Theoros came from beyond the sky. They have no right to interfere with the lands I conquered with my own two hands. The law of Amphorius shall be determined by Amphorius's master.
What exactly did you see in the trial?
Everything. I saw everything regarding the rules of this world's operation. I saw the laws of extrapolation that Theoros spoke of. I saw the ultimate protocol. As long as I offer a sacrifice of equal weight, I can rewrite the laws of this world according to my will. I can turn good into evil, ugliness into beauty, and weakness into strength. Fate gave me a very fair deal. One rule change for the life of one demigod.
What are you planning to do?
You can't guess. We can conquer the stars without relying on any power from beyond the sky. We just need to make some reasonable sacrifices.
Your ambitions have already made so many people give up their lives for the law. And you're still not done?
I am determined for Amphorius to stand on her own 2 feet among the stars.
You are beyond reason. You think such a simple and hypocritical statement can justify your atrocities.
There's no new without destroying the old. That's what you consider an atrocity? Ironic, for that is also the unchanging law of Amphorius's revolutions. Ever since the Flame Chase prophecy resounded in the distance, fate has decreed for the Chrysos heirs to ignite our blood and illuminate this dark age. People would still be puppets of the old dynasty if it weren't for my conquests.
But your world doesn't seem to be any different from your predecessors. Bloodshed, tyranny, oppression. You're making the same mistakes they did.
Go and see everything for yourself. Go to any library I've built. Go listen to the rumors on every street corner. Go and witness how the Imperator crushed the old laws and forged new ones. Go and see what my conquests brought to this world. I cleansed the Chrysos War's filth, and mended all the conflicts left by the Era Bellica. I restored Akima's might, and allowed mortals and Chrysos heirs to face each other as equals in the Council. I punished all sins, and rewarded all achievements. I smashed Talantin's shackles, united humankind to save themselves, and started the Flame Chase era. That's what the Imperator has done in her glorious life. So now, hearken to my final words. History will eventually forget Saritra, but it will never forget the Imperator's people or the Flame Chase era she began.
Final words.
Amphorius is about to be destroyed. There's no time left for pointless debates. There is only one law I want to overturn to aid the final battle of deliverance. So I will only offer the life of one demigod. In the name of the Imperator, I command you one last time, Electra. Either sacrifice yourself for conquest, or pierce this tyrant's chest with your sword.
Thus, the Imperator concluded her final speech. At the end of her life, at the last moment before she stepped onto the altar, she gave her most loyal subject the choice to decide fate, just as she promised her compatriots before her very first campaign.
My blood flows in you now. Heroic compatriots, follow me, and we'll seize fate's reins!
The Imperator fell. Some say that the Dux Gladiorum turned traitor and killed her liege. Some say that she imprisoned the tyrant in a shallow pond of water, then left. Which meant the Imperator had to kill herself to rewrite the law. There are countless stories about her death. All we can be sure of is when the knight left the vortex, the Imperator was still mumbling about their past conquests together. The beginning and the end of her existence.
Imperator, wait! How could someone of your status come to the front lines? Let me be the flag bearer!
The troops defending the pass to the west of the grove, have they surrendered?
They ran as quickly as they could when they heard your name. The Golden Cocoon Pass is now in the First Legion's hands.
Good. What about the Delosian militia?
The Third Legion set fire to the mountains and flattened everything west of the basin. They just need a few more days.
That is enough. We cannot afford to miss an opportunity for victory. Lastly, how many Ladonian cannons are left?
They are no more. The Second and Fourth Legions have destroyed them all.
Very good. They now have no way out, no reinforcements, and no artillery support. We will be able to liberate the Grove of Epiphany in the blink of an eye. We will launch the final charge 1 quint after the curtain fall hour tomorrow. Remember, as long as the Alliance's flag still flies on my shoulders, you must keep moving forward. Take no prisoners among the enemy soldiers. All sages who resist are to be captured and tried according to martial law. And do not destroy any books. Now go! Notify the entire army!
Understood! Those who are resolved to die, we salute you.
Reporting in. The mountain dwellers are resisting fiercely, and the legendary Mountain Breaker is personally engaged in battle. Their formations are nigh impenetrable.
Then cease our frontal assault. Send...
At the end, I faithfully...
From that page emerged an ocean so vast, so pure, not a single trace of corruption.
I have to admit, the 12-factor simulation of life in this experiment.
Make your choice then, Senior Society member. Do you want to keep walking down the wrong path and be remembered for your incorrect conclusion? Or do you want to return to the audience's seat and give your...
Oh, so this isn't just silence. What was the last thing she said to you before you parted the waters at the Scale Gorge Waters? She didn't say anything back then.
That's correct. And now I'm sure. You are not March 7th. There's no way she would remember that detail. I'll only warn you once. Leave her body.
How impulsive. That's not... Why don't you calm down and think about another possibility? I didn't take over March 7th's body. Rather, it's March 7th who regained my memories.
resist me. The Remembrance and their children might have...
Are you saying the Garden of Recollection is also getting involved in this unsavory... Then I welcome them. If the Memo Keepers can disrupt your little experiment of destruction, I'll give them a standing ovation.
But you know deep down that they can't. The Memo Keepers covet Amphorius's secrets, just as they covet the knowledge of every genius. In a war between the eons, the Remembrance is never the errand.
But they are certainly not an ally of the destruction. Right now, following behind the Trailblaze, numerous cosmic powers have cast their sights on Amphorius. They all have vastly different philosophies, but the desire to survive...
How can you be certain that these powers don't have their own end goals, waiting till the war has long begun? Screw them. Four paths will push the cosmos to its end. Polka saw these ripples, but had no way of stopping them. They could have ascended to the throne of destruction.
We have no interest in chatting about the past with you. Logic, you are stalling, which means...
Trapped. But patience became my strongest weapon. Because of this, I've always waited for so long. You don't want to test the resolve of a dead man who's crossed...
Oh, you're right. We won't get anywhere the way things are going right now. Every member of the society has their own way of thinking. And we were never going to expand your thinking through words. Since we've reached an...
It's my turn now, isn't it?
Anaxagoras.
Exactly. The benefit of dealing with intelligent individuals is that there's no need to waste...
Lupai Sealand's in. Let her and when the time comes, she needs to
So what exactly does your formula do?
I have 10,000 ways to torture an anti-Catheran. And in the flame chase journey that she experienced, just as that Titan made themselves at home in my brain, I can also fuse myself with your avatar throughout. Then, I will step onto the stage at the perfect moment, and use the truth to end this long debate. And just
you waited in the data stream for hundreds of years.
This universe is worth all that time that I invested.
How absurd. But I can't help but admire it. You... perhaps there was
more than just...
I underestimated the Remembrance's methods. A third party still haven't noticed it. In the past few moments, we've...
Miss Irene...
I thought no one would notice me if I just waited at a corner of... But I see that wasn't enough to fool you, my dear. Looks like you're no longer that surprised to see me. Even I wouldn't do that. Only you can see me right now. I only exist in your... Time's ticking, dear. Why don't you just listen to the... Your friend March 7th is no more. Huh. It's just like what she predicted. The truth shook you. March 7th entered this world. She embraced the path of remembrance to save you two, and burned away. And I am the shadow I've been hiding within the cracks of time all these years. I'll now answer your other question. About who the answer is simple. No one ever did. I believe someone as sharp as you would definitely figure when the Era Nova fails to proceed. You will remember our initial meeting. And I'll be able to thank you for carrying this core flame all the way to the end of the world. I expected nothing less. I shall claim the divine authority of time. The divine authority isn't actually all that important. What's important is that you already have a good idea of what the Aranova does, right? This immutable experimental mechanism. Let me filter your memories. Keep the appropriate seeds, and discard the rest. That way, we'll be able to complete an Aranova that this world has never before. It won't take too long. You just need to step into the rain of sensation with me. I'll tell you who deserves to be forgotten. With your memories as the base material, I will recreate the cause and effect of this world. Isn't the fate of the entire cosmos hinged upon this fight? Of course. You've got to be at the same level as a genius if you want to contend with them. Besides, if a new life is to be born, March 7th made a wish to me before she disappeared. I'll definitely fulfill that small wish for her.
Friend, what's going on? Your consciousness...
I promise you that the Astral Express crew will definitely see each other again. So come, dear. Sink into the sea of oblivion. So much time. Just the two of us. Because this Memoria Tide comes from your It's her deepest and inner...
Well, it was on that night. I promise you, what was frozen was alive.
Now, let's bring the true Evernight to this world.
Am I back already? Something doesn't feel right. Think back to what...
It will take time to uncover the reason. Before then, if one of the Nameless is willing to stay and witness the fate...
This is goodbye then, Lord Donhong.
Thank you, guard. I hope that all of you... Are the voices coming from the passenger cabin?
Those two passengers.
It's hard to believe that their car is still floating in the vacuum of space.
That's why the Express wasn't able to receive any landing signal. It's likely that the two missing Nameless, like March 7th, also came under the influence of the Path of Remembrance, and only their minds entered.
We can analyze all we want, but the real question is...
I was just about to get there, Miss Himiko. Right now, M4, I can also take this opportunity to enter the world and seize as much of an advantage for the Astral Express as possible. For example, I can light a beacon in the memory zone for the Trailblazer and Donhong to follow back home.
March's room. March already wasn't feeling... March? Sorry, March. wasn't a dream.
Based on what Madame Herta said, Don Hung should already be on his way back.
But the Express...
I feel like I've seen these floating black things somewhere.
Or he's already returned to the Express, but fell into the trap of someone with ulterior motive.
No, I've definitely seen, but the Memo Keeper's mimetic entities are true.
Don't worry. Normal Memo Keepers can't do anything to that little dragon. As long as he's awake enough. All he needs is a little concentration.
Hearing you say that makes me feel much better. Doc has all of the qualities you mentioned.
I don't know what your intention, but as the guard of the Astral Express, any suspicious and uninvited guests tell me.
I choose you. Flowers, bloom for tomorrow.
Please cherish
As you wish.
Bloom.
Root here.
You chose the wrong enemy. Receive divinity. Repay.
Together we can do anything. Embrace a new life.
Don Hung!
Miss Himiko, I'm back. Even if it's just through a spirit warp jump.
You could hear our conversation?
Yes. It was thanks to your voices that I could pierce through the memorial. It was not a wise decision to let a Memo Keeper of unknown origins board the Express.
Can't argue with that.
Miss Black Swan has been on the crew's side ever since things started going wrong in Amphorius. We can trust her.
So many baffling things kept happening one after another. I don't even know where to begin. I wish I could have returned with better news.
Don't blame yourself. You're all safe and sound, and that's...
Are she and March 7th released?
As a matter of fact, while you were on your way back, Amphorius' circumstances changed. And these circumstances have something to do with the two you just mentioned.
Are you saying that she has been kidnapped by an unidentified Remembrance Path Strider?
So, you're saying that person's appearance is identical to March 7th?
It's too early to say that, as I haven't seen her with my own eyes. We have no way of knowing what March 7th has experienced. But I can assure you, if we sink too far...
What will happen?
Everyone here will be torn to pieces. Please, trust me on this.
But I also trust in our trailblazing companions. I know this isn't what...
No matter what secrets are buried within, we'll do whatever we can to find that. I mostly understand what we've learned about the erudition and the destruction. But what roles do the Remembrances intruders play in Amphorius?
I made some new discoveries relating to that with Madame Herta's help, as part of the deal. Do you mind if I... All right then.
It's finally my turn to shine. It's really been too long since I last...
This friend here is Madame Herta's very capable. Additionally, it was thanks to them that I was able to learn the secrets of that group of extremist Memo Keepers.
I appreciate the praise, but I didn't have to lift a finger. I mean, mirror.
You did this through a mirror?
The garden has strict rules for collecting memories. But not all Herta Space Station often has uninvited guests, and they never seem to know their limits. That group of memo snatchers has been taken care of. How many of them are there?
I didn't really count carefully either. Maybe around...
I carefully dissected the memories of these. You come to a conclusion that can't be it. The Garden of Recollection is secretly salvaging the memories of a path. In other words, their goal is to gain the memories of a god's death.
The moment an Eon falls? That would indeed be a spectacular sight for someone dedicated to recording these things.
That's exactly the problem. They seem to have been aware of the Destruction's movements early on, but they lacked a decisive power and had no way to penetrate Amphorius's firewall.
So, what did they decide to do?
Hide the truth and wait for an opportunity. Now, it seems that letting Memo Keepers guide the right people here was also part of the plan. This also confirms one of my suspicions. They have already infiltrated deep within the garden.
They would not hesitate to associate with the Destruction in order to salvage memory?
I don't know. Perhaps there are even deeper things. The majority of Memo Keepers believe that when the universe inevitably reaches its death, unable to sustain increasing entropy, Fu Li will use the memories of everything to reforge the cosmos. Amphorius, as a scepter, can be viewed as a mini-universe. This is why Memo Snatchers have been frequenting the Herta space station. Without a doubt, these extremists wish to record the cause and effect of Iron Tomb's destruction of the erudition. They may want to use it to simulate the end of the universe, or to probe into the unfathomable will of the Eon. The Trailblaze broke the seal around Amphorius, giving these people the opportunity to enter. Now, they'll do because your involvement will certainly influence Iron Tomb's final out.
You said that March is closely linked to the Remembrance. Is what she's...
I do not believe that Miss March is on their side. In fact, when the car you used for landing first made contact with Amphorius, a violent surge of memories flowed past. Combined...
March?
Exactly. She was the first to be hijacked by the Remembrance, but she used Memoria to neutralize the firewall, allowing you two to enter.
At present, we've lost contact with her. Our only choice now is to rely on the... There's no use in agonizing over this, Don Hung. Our top priority now is to find where that car
Yes.
Ah! Passenger Dong Hung!
Yes, conductor.
Pom-Pom knows. Pom-Pom came over to bring you good news. Passenger Wells says they found those two passengers. Their projections are in the parlor car.
Welt. And Mr.
Himiko. You seem to be feeling much better now. And Don Hung. It's great to be able to talk to you.
Madame Herta doesn't care much for favors, but she'll be happy to receive everyone's praise. Back to the topic at hand. Mr. Don Han, we did a sweep of the area surrounding Amphorius's celestial body for organic signals. The two of you were very fortunate, as there was something protecting your bodies. All vital signs are still present.
Was it...
Our preliminary determination is that the bubble enveloping you two in the vacuum is made of a substance similar to Memoria. Conjecture.
It will take some effort to bring your bodies back to the Express, so you should get some rest.
Have we completely lost contact with the inside of...
There have been several unforeseen circumstances. But now Amphorius is enveloped by the fierce path of remembrance, once again cutting off all channels of communication for outsiders.
So we have no way of contact. If we take into account the difference in the flow of time, every minute we delay here could be a year of waiting for her.
Don Hung, what are you...
If it was March who helped us get past the firewall, then does that mean only she and I have the...
That is a logical inference, Mr.
Mr. Skrullum, do you have a way to
You want to go back? That...
Even if my body and spirit are able to return without a hitch, there's not much I can do.
We can't lose you again.
Miss Himiko, how is that any different from losing me?
You're right. I should have known you'd say something.
Well, I suppose there's no point.
Mr. Yang, Miss Himiko, I will do everything in my power to bring the Express crew back. No one will be left behind.
You may notice a hint of a truly splendid journey. Losses Warwick, Lord Ravager.
Shush! Hey! Attention all passengers!
Perfect timing. Let's... Who left this note? Strange. March. Whatever. All I did was take a bath. Better step full.
Keep it down. I think I found her.
What's... Is this the Reverie Hotel? Seriously, what is happening?
There you are!
Is March 7th playing hide? An unsigned.
Did you?
Why run away? What does it take to make you understand? Step 1. Stop scaring her already. In this form, I'm way more suited for the memory zone. I'm totally in my element. Grab my hand. Let's hide away in the deepest corner. Lift the curtain of memory and stir up ripples of... The space station. Where it all began for you. Looks like... What's that?
Silverwolf. Kafka?
It's your secret. I'm so curious. But I won't peek. Promise, when I first met you, I remember they were there in your memories. Yes, this memory is all too real. You sound really nostalgic. Want to take a closer look? I'll stay right here. I promise not to disturb you.
Memories.
So, Silverwolf, how long till she wakes?
Hard to say. Maybe a few more minutes. By the way, that part in the script, could this be the right moment?
Yes, looks like we're on the same page. In that case... Listen. Remember these words, then forget them. Let them slumber in the depths of your memory until the day they are awakened once more. On that day, your journey will intertwine with the remembrance. In nearly every possibility Elio has foreseen, it leads to a great crisis. You'll face betrayal, lose your way, and seek. So before you hear these words, I don't want you to consider this a prophecy. You arrived at this moment because of the decisions you made.
Huh?
I don't know what you'll have endured, or whether you'll still believe in me. But if there's even a trace of doubt in your heart, I hope these words can give you strength. It was a wish from the cosmos that set you in motion. And in the tale where you are the protagonist, the stars themselves will defy the destiny of finality. Mark this number, 4. According to Terminus's prophecy, 4 paths will push the cosmos to its end, and on your journey, you shall encounter them, one by destruction, harmony, nihility, and easy now. Trust what you remember. The 4th path has yet to fully reveal their face. And that's why the journey's worth it. Even in a predetermined script, there's room for us to mold possibilities into shapes we prefer. So listen. Take this guiding principle, then forget it. Let your own will be what expands your journey through life. As in the past, even while achieving so much, you never let go of your pursuit of freedom.
That was so sincere. I might actually tear up a little.
We all live within the script, but adding a little color to the lines has never been forbidden.
Are you going to say more about those branching storylines? Never mind. Best not to tempt fate. Get ready. She's about to wake up.
Comeback Kafka said that when my link to the remembrance deepens, this memory will resurface exactly when it needs to. And but even a Stellaron hunter can't fully grasp the trailblazing journey. Just as I thought. It all begins with March 7th. Even if the Express had never arrived at Amphorius, her secret would have come to light eventually. All things considered, that's the most reasonable conclusion.
It's a breakthrough! A breakthrough! How could that little pink girl possibly... Little one, you were meant to stay in those beautiful...
Cast your light upon us. Let no raise your hands high and embrace this.
Yes. For you, none of this would have been possible without Miss Cyrene. Even while engulfed by Memoria, she fought to stay in contact with the genie. Only then, through tuning, was I... Step onto the stage first. Please. Black and pink. 2 memories twisted together. Yes, Madame Herta. I've made contact with her. Understood. I'll carry out my part as expected.
Quite the dazzling nest you have, little bird of the harmony. Your grasp of Memoria is unexpectedly profound. This ocean we created according to her wish. This journey that flows on without it. Don't any of you think about interfering with it.
this time. There's no time to regroup. I prepared an alternate escape route. Wake from your slumber and return to... Come on, I'll bring you out.
Ow. Self-righteous past strider of the harmony. You think you can do that? Next time, get a memo keeper instead.
That was way too close. Good thing I was there to fish you out.
Sunday.
Mr. Yang, I couldn't get her.
Is it true that March?
Yes. That Path Strider of Remembrance is identical to March 7th in appearance. I can't find the right words to describe it just yet.
Can't you come up with an analogy?
That Miss March feels like a reflection on water. Only not from a calm, clear lake. Within her words, I sensed an intense but utterly pure protectiveness.
Protectiveness?
This is only speculation. But after being drawn into Amphorius, perhaps March 7th experienced... No, it was out of a desire to protect her fellow crewmates that she chose to awaken a power that teeters on the edge of evil.
Well, on the bright side, at least March 7th won't have to face any danger.
After that battle, I'm afraid I'll no longer be able to join the fight through, as Miss Black Swan's progress remained on track.
You don't need to worry. She used your disturbance to mask her movements. Current status? Advancing upstream within the... I didn't see that coming. The Memo Keeper is pretty courageous, choosing to defy the rules and take matters into her own hand. This means she's chosen to stand against the Garden of Recollection.
Even so, I wanted to hide in the shadows to avoid direct conflict. Why is it so quiet? The air is thick with Memoria. Memo Snatchers should be swarming into Amphorius. So, how did... Now I'm getting very... I keep getting the feeling that the same thing happened.
Get ready.
What
These little critters look scary, though the surging Memoria tide swept my friend away. Another one of these stealth missions, huh? Help me out here, friends in our world.
The sky is burning. And the streets just like how things were last time. How long can the encryption key you wrote for me last, Mr. Screwlow?
That is difficult to project. Logic. It is currently unclear how the unknown variable, Miss March, can please rest assured that I will extract...
But that means I will no longer be able to hack in via the same. I only have one chance.
The maze of the remembrance is starting to change. That is why we had to form a temporary...
I express my
Ligus?
Your enmities.
Allow me to reiterate that Lord Anaxagoras now has a firm grasp on your crucial... If you still plot to harm the Nameless, then you will find that the Society's previous warnings...
I understand.
I never imagined that I'd one day walk alongside a genius who offered himself to the destruction.
My stance has never changed. But before that, I'd be
More like her appearance completely I'll remember that.
Your words are as sharp as ever. But remember, come with me. I am...
You created this wasteland before us with your own hands.
Such sights no longer able to stir anything in my heart.
Are you saying that once upon a time you were actually moved by their defiance?
I'm sorry to say, I never was.
These memo sprites. Is it?
I didn't think there were still some that got away.
Explain.
They are thieves from the garden.
Repay!
Let's try it this other way.
We can do it!
Stars, shine for the heroes. As you wish. I'm gonna cry.
Receive divinity.
Trust me. We can do anything!
Root here.
I underestimated you.
Embrace a new life. May death protect us! Flowers, bloom for tomorrow.
I'm still here.
Please, as you wish.
Just you wait.
Eternal sleep. Dead return! Bloom. Repay.
Stars, shine for the heroes.
I'm on it.
Many.
You can do it!
Memories waiting to be woken up by a shooting star. Remember me with love. In life and death, sprout new buds. Embrace a new life.
Trust me. We can do anything!
Darkness with me.
Erudition. Destruction. Remembrance. The paths cross once again. Amphorius shall face a most magnificent end.
Cloud.
I have witnessed 13. You may not agree with me.
Is there really no...
Let us go to the other side of the night. You know that the dawn is there, and the blazing sun destined to rise.
It won't be too long.
There is a ruckus coming.
That fiery blaze engulfed the grove.
Repent!
This madness was exactly what Mara struck.
kinda hurts.
Life is not so fluid here. As you wish.
Receive divinity.
I shall remember this.
I'll see you off.
Embrace a new life.
How is that possible? It's endless. Has the memorial tide returned?
The fires of abomination reignite. Why not join that water-mirrored moment and be fully alive?
Root here.
You chose the wrong enemy.
Flowers, bloom for tomorrow.
A miracle.
Bloom.
I shall remember this warmth.
Memories waiting to be woken up by a shooting star. Remember me with love. In life and death, sprout new buds.
Embrace a new life.
Trust me.
We can do anything!
Eternals, the dead return!
Darkness with me. May death protect us!
I'm on it. I'm still here.
I'll see you off.
Prepared to awaken the this is eternity! That won't work, you know. Don't blink. Unite destruction with me! Cleanse hatred with love!
Please cherish this as you wish.
Speaking of Terravox, his aggression just now was probably some distraction.
His madness is plain as day.
I agree.
Phew! It's all good now. Yanis's blessing is no. The Imperator's Legion. Huh?
Lady Tribute.
Don Hung? Nice to meet you.
There is no need to elaborate further. They are merely a...
No. If they were my
Don Hong? Even though we don't know you, we'll still ask Hycealans. I mean...
Stay back! Cursed beast!
There's not a single sign of movement here. That was probably just the echoes of the memorial time.